In lesson 5.6, we are going to be looking at furnishing costs. So what are furnishings? Well, this picture here does a great job of showing you what furnishings are. So in this picture, you can see that there's a couch and some pillows. There's drapes hanging up over the windows and the doors. You can see that they've got a table in the back. It's green. They've got some green bookshelf, and they've kind of got that clear table with some chairs around it. Those are all furnishings for your home. And I've given you a list over here to the side as well of other items you would buy to furnish your home with. So how do you acquire these furnishings? You kind of have three ways to do it. The first way is you can get them as presents. So if people move out of their homes, sometimes they get gifts for a homewarming party. If you move out when you get married, a lot of times you have a wedding ceremony and people will give you gifts. Sometimes people are just getting rid of things and they say, hey, do you want it? And you may say, sure, we've done that many a time, and my home is absolutely still filled with things that we got for free. Free is great, but I would like to mention that beggars can't be choosers. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. The second way to get something is to buy it used or cheap. So you can go to thrift stores. We've gone to thrift stores many times to buy things that we need. You can look online and buy furniture that you need. We've done that as well. Many times our dressers we've gotten online at thrift stores, or we've gotten it like online using Craigslist or something like that. So I'll go to a thrift store or get it online. We also get a lot of scratch and dent items for our home. So for example, my refrigerator went out. I needed a new fridge. It took me a couple weeks to get the refrigerator I wanted, but we were able to find one we liked that was a scratch and dent deal, and we got it over a holiday weekend. We were able to get a $3,000 refrigerator for about $900. So many times if you're willing to look for it, you can get it, but sometimes if it's not available, getting it used or cheap may not be an option. The third way to acquire items is to buy them new. So you can either go into a storefront and shop around, or you can purchase these items online. There is a wide range of quality that you can get by buying it new. So if you're looking for something that's a high quality item, you may not be able to buy that used or cheap. And if it's a high quality item, someone probably is not going to just give it to you. However, there are times when you may want to buy something new. For example, when we were replacing our dressers in our kids' rooms in the last couple years, we ended up going to IKEA. It was cheap, it was affordable, but I knew that the dresser would serve its purpose and that it would last long enough for what I needed it to do. I couldn't find something used or cheap, and so we just decided to buy new because we were in a position where we needed it and were willing to pay for the new item. There's some other things to keep in mind with this as well. So when you own a home, sometimes you'll have residual maintenance items that you need to maintain in your home. For example, couches might need to be reupholstered. Cabinets may need to be repaired. Kitchen chairs might need to be fixed, and appliances may need repairs as well. You also might need to replace some of your home furnishings. So for example, let's say the appliance breaks and you can't fix it, or it just costs too much money to fix. It's not worth fixing. Well, you may need to replace it. Even though you can reupholster a couch, you may find that you don't want to because the cushions just aren't even comfortable anymore. So you decide to get a new couch. Carpet is not really able to necessarily be fixed. You can clean it so many times, but we recently got carpet in our home. The old carpet was 16 years old and it had had a lot of traffic on it, especially when my kids were younger, and we decided to replace it. And so I was happy with that decision. There's also times where you may decide you just don't like something and you want something new. So you'll see that many people, after years and years of living in a home, they decide to redo the home. It's not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just that they may decide they're ready for a change. There is a Bible verse, though, I'd like to share with you about when you're considering your home and how it looks and what you have in it. And it's Joshua 24:15. It says, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And basically, this is at a time when Joshua is getting ready to die, and he knows this. He won't be around anymore. The judges are going to be coming, and he doesn't know that that's how God's going to handle that. But basically, there's a lot of the Israelite people that are not serving God. And he's basically telling them, hey, look, you need to choose right now who you are going to serve. And so I say this to you, that when you are looking at your home, it doesn't really matter so much what you put in your home. It only matters whom you serve there. So whether I have a nice couch, or I have a used couch, or I have nice dishes, or I have used dishes, the point would be there's nothing wrong with getting nice things, but don't serve those things. And what I mean by that is it's okay to spend money on things if you need them. It's okay to spend money on things you like if you have the money to spend. But don't get in debt, deeply in debt, trying to buy wonderful things. Accept what God has given you. Focus on serving Him. Let Him meet your needs, and He will bless you for that. So just kind of a note that don't worry about what's in your home. Be grateful for what you've been given, and don't be as focused on it. Be focused more on God. All right, let's look at some practice problems. All right, Andrew is given a free solid wood dining room table, but it isn't in very good shape. He needs to refinish it before he can use it. He buys paint and varnish remover, $10, a scraper, $10, box of gloves, $10, sandpaper, $8, sanding block, $11, a quart of stain, $23, and 2 quarts of polyurethane for $13 each. Each price is given without tax. If the tax rate is 5%, how much did the refinishing project cost in total? And then the second question says, is it worth refinishing, or should he have bought a brand new one? All right, so let's see how much this project is going to cost. So the first thing I need to do is add up all of the cost of the items that he's buying. So it says he needs $10 for varnish remover, $10 for the scraper, $10 for a box of gloves, $8 for sandpaper, a sanding block costs $11, $23 for a quart of stain, and then it said he needs 2 quarts of polyurethane each. So instead of just saying 13 times 2, since I'm adding everything, it's really easy just to say 13 plus 13. Now, when I add all these items up, it gives me $98. So that's without tax. I need to now take into consideration the 5% tax rate. And to do that, I'm going to multiply this times 0.05. And when I do, that gives me $4.90. So the original cost was $98. My tax is $4.90. So I take my $98 plus my $4.90. When I add those two things up together, I get $102.90. So that is how much this project actually cost. Now, the second question said, is it worth refinishing it, or should he have bought one brand new? Well, that's kind of up to you. Can you refinish it? Will you do a good job? If it's going to look good when you're done refinishing it, a solid wood table and refinishing it for almost $103, that's a steal. If you were to buy a brand new solid wood table, they range around $1,000. So in my opinion, this is a great investment. And I can honestly say my husband and I have been given a solid wood table. We refinished it. I love this table. I've had it since I got married. Been married for almost 20 years, and I don't anticipate ever needing to buy another table again. To me, it would have been worth $103 to refinish it.